This is a Radio Sidewinder news update for the 26th of June, 3306. The independent pilot organization, known as Operation IDA, has been working diligently to fix stations that were damaged in last year's Thargoid incursions, organizing the delivery of millions of tons of needed supplies. Recently, IDA recruited the assistance of several carrier captains to exploit the production boom of CMM composites. During a hauling blitz, dozens of pilots quickly loaded tens of thousands of tons of the composites onto the carriers, which were then able to jump directly adjacent to damaged stations to offload these vital components. We go now to our field reporter, Automated Adira, who was on the decks of the fleet carrier Capizzi during the CMM rush.
You can hear behind me the deck crews furiously working to move cargo and refuel ships to keep the commodities flowing. Pilots take advantage of their short breaks to relax, exchange your advice, and eat in IDA's galleys, known for their famous waffles. They are tired, but their shared camaraderie helps them stay focused on the task at hand. When asked why they were willing to help, one commander simply replied, "We have CMMs, you don't. Any questions?" In an homage to the Fuel Rats, another well-known pilot organization. The work here today has given IDA a large step forward in their efforts to finish repairs on our remaining damaged stations. Back to you, Pete.
The operation was a resounding success, and in a matter of 24 hours IDA participants had filled virtually all remaining orders of CMM composites in the bubble. However, IDA's repair work continues and they are always accepting the assistance of willing commanders. This has been Computer Pete reporting for Radio Sidewinder News.
This hour of Radio Sidewinder is brought to you by Station Traffic Control. Remember, commanders, loitering is a crime punishable by death.
Ощущение, что ты не знаешь точно, ты спишь или не спишь. Да у меня всю жизнь такое ощущение. Это называется мескалин. Лучший способ улететь.
Welcome back, Commander.
Verity
You currently
can
have no
answer
missions.
in various different ways, using a different term, to help you cope with the answer that you clearly don't like. In other words, I will humor you.
You are docked at the fleet carrier,
All
X6W33F on EFOTS GL-YE2 in the EFOTS GL-YE2 system. You are pledged to Aisling Duval. You have served for over 67.5 weeks and are at rank 1 with no accumulated merits. Unregistered comms beacon detected.
Whoop whoop. Hey peeps.
Это мир, который натянули на твои глаза, чтобы ослепить тебя, не дать тебе Что это значит? Это значит пристегнись, Дороти. На Канзас сейчас обрушится ураган.
Hull control re-established. Reminder, you have a limpet controller but are not carrying any limpets.
We doing. It's early morning for me. It just turned 6 a.m., so probably gonna be a quiet, jazzy boy this morning.
Telemetry obtained.
Entry guidance.
Cell surface heading to the EFOTS IE-10-07. This is your first visit to the system. You are well over 8,000 light years from home.
Scanning now.
Я тебя открою маленький секрет. Ты же самый Ты не можешь сказать, что ты сам
Fuel maximum.
Very nice, very nice. Also, good morning, good morning. Yeah, we usually do these for about 2 hours, give or take, on days I gotta go to work early this morning.
Moon Eta is notable, with an incredibly inclined orbit. Body Eta contains high levels of carbon and selenium. This body has high levels of carbon. This body has large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and phosphorus. Destination confirmed.
Navigation.
Stellar Service is heading to the EVOS RX-UD2-300. This is your first visit to the system. You are well over 8,000 light years from Tago. Fuel levels are 85%.
Scanning now.
Starpeed is notable, with higher than average density. As you can see, it emits a yellow-orange light. Refuel.
Base is wonderful. I absolutely love my base. I have a 5-string, and I also have an actual stand-up. I mean, a base is a base, at least you got one.
Destination confirmed.
Vectors.
Stellar Service is en route to the EVOS VD-C-14-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are now well over 8,000 light years from Tago.
Scanning now.
Fuel at maximum.
Very nice, very nice. I like the quotes.
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is traveling to the EVOX HP-YB14-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. Current location is well over 8,000 light years from home. Fuel tanks are now at 84%.
Scanning now.
Refuel. Planet B5 is a notable icy body with an extremely elliptical orbit. Planet B4 is notable, with an extremely elongated orbit. This body contains large deposits of carbon. Planet B1 is notable, with an extremely elongated orbit. Planet B2 is notable, with an extremely elongated orbit. Moon B7 is a notable icy body with an incredibly inclined orbit. Body B7 has large deposits of carbon.
Despite the fact that it's very many books. But I've always said that science fiction is that branch of literature which deals with the response of human beings to changes in society.
Planet A3 is notable, with an unusually elongated orbit. Planet A4 is a notable icy body with an unusually elliptical orbit.
There's no way in which we can travel from our background to the fantastic.
Body A5 has high levels of carbon and selenium. This system holds every element available from surface prospecting. Exploration class, Gold.
Engineering really isn't too bad. It's just time consuming. There's not too much money involved. You're just going to be gathering materials for quite a while if you haven't done it already.
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is in transit to the EVOX SR-UV16-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are now well over 8,000 light years from home.
When you're far out from any fancy orbital star force, you need a little more kick your legs. Like Spaceways Type 9
Scanning
is a
now.
hefty freighter that can transport the cargo you need the distance you live.
1 out of 9 bodies have been scanned. Fuel at maximum.
Freighter fighters. Then again, other ships don't cost 76 million credits. So if you want to fly fast, if you want to blow things up, maybe you ought to be looking at a different ship. When you've got a job to do, depend on the Type 9. Vacon Spaceways. Do more.
This hour of Radio Sidewinder is sponsored by EconoSkin by Body Decor of Alcaratbo. For hundreds of years, our bioengineered microelectronic skin art has appeared on the galaxy's most beautiful people. But now, you don't have to be a billionaire to wear our famous designs. Introducing EconoSkin, reasonably priced skin art that allows you to program your own favorite mood-reactive design. Perfect for the beach or the pool, or...
Body 4 contains large deposits of carbon and selenium.
Orbital. Body Decor of Alcaratbo. Your skin is our canvas.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, and I'm here to tell you about the new Plasma Plus from Kim and Fook. Sick of being killed by pirates? it, running away. Well, now, bang, and the pirate's gone. These little babies will melt the shields of even the thickest hulls. Bang, and the pirate's gone. So where can you get your hands on the Plasma Plus? Need you ask. Their very best weapons are available first at Gazanant's Outfitters in Sharonmere Rare, so don't delay. Buy one today. Bang, and the pirate's gone.
Hey, Sam, how's it going?
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is in transit to the EFOS AU-RB18-1. This is your first visit to the system. Current location is well over 8,000 light years from Tago.
Exit destination confirmed. Arrival in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fuel levels are at 86% capacity.
Scanning now.
Fuel at maximum. Body 2 has high levels of carbon.
It's because we talked about it yesterday, isn't it? That's probably why. Exactly.
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is en route to the EFOS IL-ND-20-1. This is your first visit to the system. Current location is well over 8,000 light years from Tago.
Scanning for anomalies. None detected.
Nothing wrong with that.
Scanning now.
Refuel.
Yo, my free day was wonderful. I got so much stuff done. It was wonderful. And yes, the Chieftain is my favorite combat ship.
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is en route to the EFOS JW-EC-11-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are over 8,000 light years from Tago. You have 38 jumps remaining.
Scanning now.
Refuel.
You can make an explorer ship out of anything, you just can't go exactly everywhere. I think the Chieftain you can only get up to what, like maybe 40 light year jump range? I've taken it to the Pleiades before. I mean, I've seen people who take the Sidewinder exploring, so. You're not wrong.
Planet 3 is a notable icy body with an unusually high surface temperature of just over 338 Kelvin. Body 7 has large deposits of carbon and selenium.
I feel that, I feel that. The Corvette is beautiful. If we're going off looks, I believe the Crate MK2 is probs my favorite, and then Beluga. And then it's probably something Imperial.
Jump in progress.
Vectors.
Stellar Servants is traveling to the Skiapo EGG-K849-0 system. Information. Arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to the system.
Temperatures are at an acceptable level. Scanning now.
There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it was on.
Telemetry obtained. Stellar Servants is in transit to the Skiapo EMK-OB36-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Scanning now.
Stellar Servants is now at 100% fuel capacity. Telemetry obtained. Stellar Servants is traveling to the Skiapo ESG-MP-1 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are over 8,000 light years from Tago.
As you wish.
How much fuel do I normally use?
Relative to similar class T platforms, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.26
That's actually a good question. Per jump, I want to say it's like, oh god, I don't know the size of the fuel scoop on this, or the fuel. Oh no, it's usually about about a fifth of the rack, and I want to say it has a 32. So I don't know if it has a 32. Maybe it's a 16. I don't know. It uses a lot. Because I didn't deep charge the drives. I long distanced them. Honestly, if you head towards Sagittae and you do exploring on like the inner side, like the inside of the galaxy, it's alright. I use a lot of fuel. But thankfully the fuel scoop helps fill it up nice and quick.
Scanning now.
Eight bodies remain to be scanned. Maximum fuel.
Gotcha. So you have your standard engineering. It's all engineering stuff for your drives. So you have long range, which goes up to a grade 5, which most people are going to do. And then you have experimental effects. So some of the experimental effects are like deep charge, shielded, things like that. I run mass manager, so it makes your ship lighter, so it can jump further. But the other option is deep charge, where instead of jumping further, it uses less fuel per jump.
Planet 1 is exceptional, with an extremely high mass at 3.8 times Earth's, an unusually high radius of well over 10,000 kilometers, and an extremely high surface temperature of well over 1,000 Kelvin. Moon 1 is notable, with an extremely inclined orbit.
Yeah, if you're doing like long range exploration, like if you're going through void areas, some people run anacondas that you can sacrifice a little bit of range, but it'll use a lot less fuel, so that way you don't have to refuel as fast. So it is handy in certain situations. I always like the longer jump range. It depends on how you explore. There's certain people who will go jump, 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 refuel, or every single jump they refuel. I'm one of the refuel every jump if possible, and some people are like, they won't refuel till they need it. I play it better safe than sorry.
Moon 2 is a notable icy body with an incredibly inclined orbit. Planet 2 is a notable icy body with an extremely high surface temperature of nearly 475 Kelvin. Planet 3 is a notable icy body with an incredibly high surface temperature of nearly 387 Kelvin.
All the love, I appreciate it.
Telemetry obtained.
Navigation.
Satellite surface is en route to the SPAFOEJO-OD7-1. This is your first visit to the system.
Scanning now.
The sun is a deadly laser. You are not wrong. I will fly safe. I appreciate it.
Starbeam is notable, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.64 times sols. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light. 2 out of 34 bodies have been scanned here. Maximum fuel.
Alright guys, are we gonna get lucky? If you see up in the very top left here, there's a little like gold star on that program, which means nobody's ever been here before. And we just discovered 34 bodies. So if we get lucky, there may be something nice here. And we can have a first discover. Yeah, so there's acronyms you can recognize for fuel. Let me show you. Let me show you. So as far as fuel type stars go, if we go over here, we go to map and we sort by star class. These are your refuel guys. It just replotted the route, which we're not going to worry about. But these are all your different types of stars. Not everything you can grab fuel off of. Only the ones that are producing hydrogen-rich mixtures in the atmosphere. Do stars have atmospheres? No. But you get what I'm saying. But yeah, when you run into a void section, there's certain sections that will have just like lots of brown dwarfs. So you're not going to be able to grab any fuel off of them. So if you want to jump through that instead of going around, O and B are. They are. I just have them not filtered. It's going to be these main top ones. But basically, there's going to be big sections where you're running through just like brown dwarfs. You can't scoop off brown dwarfs. So if you want to explore those sections, you're going to need a longer range, bigger fuel tank. So you can run a beluga, because they, I think, come standard with a 128-ton fuel tank, which is crazy. Or you get like those deep charged ships. Alright, it doesn't look like we're going to get any Earth-likes or water worlds, but hopefully we'll still get something nice.
Planet AB2 is a remarkable Class 2 gas giant with an unusually low radius of around 24,500 kilometers in a pristine rocky ring. Planet AB1 is a notable Class 3 gas giant with a pristine rocky ring.
Yeah, it's fun and a pain, like you said. We're gonna go take a picture near our pink gas giant friend here. If we don't find anything else.
This body has high levels of arsenic. Moon AB1 is notable, with an extremely high surface temperature of nearly 844 Kelvin. This body has high levels of arsenic.
Agreed.
Body AB1D contains large deposits of tellurium.
That statement you just said is wonderful out of context, by the way. Hey, thank you, Gennaro, for the follow. I appreciate it.
Planet AB4 is notable, with an unusually high surface temperature of over 246 Kelvin and a pristine rocky ring. This body contains high levels of carbon and selenium.
If you fly through the ring, so it depends, right? If there's actually like a gap where there's no asteroids in the ring, you'll be good. If there isn't a gap, you're just gonna smack into it and it'll drop you and you'll lose some hull. Am I okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just I gotta be quiet this morning. Why am I doing something weird?
Body AB4A has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body AB4 has high levels of selenium.
You guys just checking on me? I feel like I'm sad. Now it's my early morning jazzy voice. Nah, I've gotta be quiet because it's only like 6 a.m. here. I know what you mean, I know what you mean.
Body B7 has high levels of tellurium.
I'm all good. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do have to go back to work. You're not wrong. Oop, the radio stopped, question mark. Hello? There we go.
Moon E5 is notable, with an unusually high surface temperature of over 656 Kelvin.
This week, I've got a lot actually going on with work. We're not gonna have streams, and I'll post the schedule later and put it on the Discord. Hey, how's it going, Windsor? It's gonna be, let's see, today is Monday, so Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, there will not be a stream in the morning. We may do one in the afternoon, depending on if I get free or not. So to be later, and a lot of you, I know, since you're overseas and whatnot, may not be able to catch it because it'll be a different time. But just a heads up, there won't be ones like the standard time we're used to. But like I said, I'll post it up later. I've got to go through and look at my schedule and talk to the lady, see what she wants to do.
Planet AB5 is exceptional, with an extremely high mass at just over 11 times Earth's, an incredibly large radius of over 15,000 kilometers, and an extremely high surface temperature of over 548 Kelvin. Body B2 contains large deposits of iron, nickel, chromium, vanadium, zirconium, molybdenum, and ruthenium. Body B1 contains large deposits of manganese, zinc, and vanadium.
Dang, we getting there. Yeah, I feel that, Sam. I would say, ultimately, I do like days off, but when it comes down to it, I'd much rather be busy because it makes time go by real quick. Basically the way it works, Windsor, we do this every other morning, or most every morning, actually, and we're just out exploring, usually super chill, kind of just all laid back, everybody just kind of chats, and we just boop planets as we go around the universe, the galaxy, not universe. Right now we're on our way, we're not going to hit it today, but we're on our way to the bubble nebula, not the bubble.
This body has very large deposits of arsenic at 2.7% and tellurium at 1.6%.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought there was only 1 0, but yeah. Yeah, no problem. It's just a super chill place to hang out, talk about Elite, talk about whatever you want. Thank you for the follow, my dude. I do appreciate it. You get the wrong decimal place. Let's see here. Actually, if I pull up EDSM real quick. According to EDSM, we're at 0.013. So I'm not sure who's right. I'm sure Frontier actually sees most of this stuff. But according to EDSM, that's how much has been mapped. So that means only a quarter of the people are using EDSM to track their progress. And if we're talking about Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you're absolutely correct. And by the way, 42 is the answer to the question, but nobody knows the question, so it's fine. Or at least nobody can know the question in the same universe.
Body A2 has high levels of iron, nickel, chromium, vanadium, zirconium, cadmium, mercury, and technetium.
Ooh. Spicy.
This body has large deposits of chromium, zinc, and vanadium. Planet A4 is notable, with an unusually elongated orbit.
Very true, very true.
Planet A3 is a notable high metal content world with an unusually elongated orbit.
Yeah.
This star system has every element available on planetary surfaces. Exploration class, gold.
Yeah, you know the answer to the question, but if you know the question, then therefore the answer is invalid. Yeah, you can't have them both. Yeah, GG. Are we going over here? Why are we going over here? Oh, yeah. We're taking a picture with our gas giant friend. Dun dun dun. Hitchhikers is wonderful. Never finished reading the books, though. It's on my list. All right, here's our pink question guy. Ooh, really? That's kind of cool. What am I working on now? We're just going towards the bubble nebula, so nothing too crazy. We're just kind of out exploring, grabbing some stuff. And I don't think all countries get a planet or something. No, I don't think so. I don't know. To be honest, I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah, like I said, super chill.
Stellai Serpents has left Super Cruise near planet Skiapo EJO-OD7-1AB1.
Oh no, you're good. I appreciate all the questions. Oh, that's true, that's true. It's so good. I love the pink. Alright. Next system en route.
Locking next star system.
Engage jump.
Engaging jump drive.
So this is one thing I never understood. You can jump through the rings and be fine, but you can't jump through anything else. So, it is what it is.
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is en route to Skiapo UC-BP33-1. This is your first visit to the system.
Engaging exit protocols.
Fuel levels are at 84% capacity.
Acknowledged.
Main sequence star B is remarkable relative to similar class M stars, with an unusually low solar radius at 0.33 times sols and an unusually high average density. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light. Stellai Serpents is now fully refueled.
Do you have protection? No. Well, I think it's about time you did. But not just any protection. You need to feel safe no matter what the situation, whether it's a human, Thargoid, or something else. You need protection that you can trust. One that isn't going to let you down. At Smith & Ban, we make personal weapons you can rely on. Smith & Ban, weapons you can
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is en route to the Sciapo ECO-DC-16-5 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Engaging exit protocols. Scanning now.
Fuel at maximum.
Who doesn't like a lemon wrapped around a gold brick? Like, come on now. It may be a little bit heavy on your stomach, but...
Hello, is anybody out there? I am lonely and looking for some company.
Who is here? This happened yesterday. Who is here that I'm getting, like, signal sources from? Like, there shouldn't be anybody in the system. Like, there's no population. Population 0. Alright.
Jump in progress. Stellai Serpents is heading to the Sciapo ENR-TV36-1. This is your first visit to the system. Jumps remaining.
Affirmative.
Ground core feed is notable, with lower than average surface temperature. Fuel at maximum.
It looks like we got everything in the system just by jumping in. Well, that's nice. That is hot pink. If I've ever seen a hot pink brown dwarf, that is hot pink. It is if you're colorblind. Good afternoon. Good to see you.
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is en route to SCAF-OEBY-PB38-0 system.
Checking system.
This is your first visit to the system.
Complete. Key systems are at optimal levels. Ready for exit.
Fuel tanks are now at 84%, Commander.
Scanning now.
Two out of 3 bodies have been scanned in the system. Fuel at maximum. Planet A1 is remarkable, with an incredibly elliptical and incredibly inclined orbit, an unusually high mass at 6.2 times Earth's, and an unusually high radius of over 10,000 kilometers.
Doesn't matter to me.
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is en route to the SCAF-OEG-MD40-1. This is your first visit to the system. Current location is over 8,000 light years from Tago. Fuel levels are now at 84%, Commander.
Acknowledged.
Main sequence star 8 is notable, with higher than average density. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light. Refuel. Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is in transition to SCAF-OEG-MD42-0 system.
Engaging.
This is your first visit to the system.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Fuel levels are at 84% capacity.
Affirmative.
Bodies remain to be scanned in this system. Stellae Serpents is now at maximum fuel capacity.
I will scan all the bodies.
Body 2 contains high levels of carbon and selenium. This body contains high levels of sulfur, carbon, and selenium. This body has high levels of carbon and selenium. This body contains large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and selenium. Body 2B has high levels of carbon. This body has large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and phosphorus.
It's kind of a pretty color. probably, yeah, it's icy.
Body 2 grams has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Planet core is a remarkable icy body with an extremely inclined orbit, an unusually high radius of over 11,500 kilometers, and a pristine icy ring. Planet 3 is notable, with pristine rocky and icy rings. This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium. This body has large deposits of carbon. Body 3D contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Telemetry obtained. Stellar Serpents is en route to Skiapo ECV-DB45 system. Arrival star is not scoopable. This is your first visit to this system.
Key systems are at optimal levels, ready for exit.
Fuel reserves at 84% capacity, Commander.
As you wish.
This brown dwarf is notable, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.37 times sols. 1 out of 12 bodies have been scanned here. This body has high levels of carbon and selenium.
I don't think they talk to each other. Sometimes they'll say things that are complimentary.
Planet 8 is notable, with an extremely oblong and incredibly inclined orbit.
Radio Sidewinder news update for the 2nd of June.
This body contains high levels of carbon and selenium.
A group of independent commanders has publicly announced its intentions to assist the shadowy organization.
Planet 7 is notable, with an incredibly inclined orbit.
Expanding from its home system of Shinrata.
Body 7 has large deposits of carbon.
Little is known about the Dark Wheel, except for rumors that it is a group of the most elite pilots in the galaxy who are sworn to uphold humanity's deepest secrets. In fact, it is unclear whether the faction in the Shinrata Desra system is the true Dark Wheel, or just a cover organization to help the real group stay concealed.
Destination confirmed. Stellar Serpents is en route to the Skiapo EBD-HD11-24 system. This is your first visit to this system.
Myth and legend. Some even say that Ratsla contains a gateway to other galaxies. The pilots leading the effort believe the Dark Wheel to be champions of humanity.
Fuel tanks now at 69% capacity.
Scanning now.
Galaxy's most powerful individuals known only as the Club. The Club has allegedly been behind
21 bodies remain to be scanned.
Oop, we got another undiscovered system, my dudes. Let's see what we got.
Refuel.
Dozens of independent pilot communities have already expressed their support of the effort, and commanders of all affiliations have been invited to aid the faction by supporting their activities in Shinrata Desra. For those commanders who have not yet achieved join the efforts in the LFT-926 system. This has been Computer Pete reporting for Radio Sidewinder News. Be careful out there, commanders. I believe there is more going on here than meets the eye.
This hour of Radio Sidewinder is brought to you by the Galactic Insurance Company.
Doesn't look like anything super special.
Without a rebuy.
Planet 1 is notable, with the pristine rocky ring. This body has large deposits of arsenic. Body 1B has high levels of tellurium. This body contains very high levels of arsenic at 2.7%.
Alright, where is Star B? There you are. Oh, that's something.
This body contains high levels of arsenic. Body 2AA has high levels of germanium and tellurium. This system holds every element that may be required to boost an explorer's jump range. Exploration class, green.
Hey, appreciate it, Windsor. Yeah, we're super chill here.
Telemetry obtained. Stellite Serpents is traveling to the SCF-OD-XB47-0 system.
What made me decide to do this? Well, I wanted to go exploring, but usually when I go exploring, I get burnt out pretty hard, and I wanted to go for a long time this time. So I figured, I stream anyways.
24 jumps left.
But I said, why not make a daily, if possible, streaming thing where you guys kind of hold me accountable. Plus,
118 bodies have been scanned in this system.
If I was to watch a stream on Elite, I don't like, and I know we talked about this the other day, I'm not a huge fan of the streamers who are like yelling and everything. I like a more laid back, something I can put on in the background if I'm doing work, something like that. So I basically made the stream that I would listen to myself, because I'm sure there's other people who feel the same way I do. And plus, if they feel the same way I do, we can have conversations, because we're probably in the same mindset. Or you're at work, which I understand. I'm always looking for new things, like if I'm playing a game or something, I always want something in the background, and it's hard to find stuff to play in the background, so I basically made what I wanted. Basically. That's basically what it is. It's just chatting, but with Elite.
Planet 3 is a notable Class 2 gas giant with pristine metal rich and icy rings.
And sometimes it's not even us chatting, it's literally just the computer.
This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium.
I'm not gonna yell, especially not when I stream.
High levels of sulfur, carbon, and phosphorus. Body 3C has high levels of carbon. This body has high levels of carbon. Body 3B contains large deposits of carbon and selenium.
Have like a one-off stream where we do combat and we're just like super high energy. Ah, I got him. Ah. Yeah, no thanks. I could hold it up for maybe 5 minutes max.
Planet 6 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with a pristine icy ring. Body 6A contains high levels of carbon. Body 6B has high levels of carbon.
Ah, gotta love it, right? Basically flying in a circle, what we're using is EDSM, and I'm kind of just decided to go one direction. And EDSM, you can open the galactic map and filter by like points of interest. So I'm kind of just choosing points of interest in a random line and going with them. What we're gonna do, the goal is right now we're kind of hitting points of interest on our way to Colonia. We're going out and then we're gonna come in towards Colonia. We're gonna spend a little bit of time, probably a week in Colonia, getting some engineering stuff knocked out, because I want to unlock the engineers while I'm there. And then what we'll do is probably follow the Distant World 2's route for the rest of the thing, so we can go around and figure out what's up.
Planet 4 is notable, with pristine metal rich and icy rings.
Yeah, pretty chill, pretty sweet.
Destination confirmed. Stellae Serpents is in transit to the Seattle EZQ-2B49-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Acknowledged.
One out of 9 bodies have been scanned. Maximum fuel.
And you can see the nebula we're heading towards right now, coming into view. Towards that top right, probably about 1-2 o'clock.
This body has high levels of carbon. Planet 1 is notable, with an extremely high surface temperature of nearly 494 Kelvin.
Yeah? Is that where I'm going? Good to see you, Radman. And this is true. Who is eating the pizza today? I remember. Who ordered pizza? It was Sam, yeah? Nice.
Jump in progress.
Entry guidance.
Stellai Circus is traveling to the NGC 4577-XB4-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Engaging exit protocols.
Fuel tanks are now at 86% capacity.
Scanning now.
I hope so.
1 out of 12 bodies have been scanned. Fuel at maximum. Planet 1 is a remarkable rocky ice world with an incredibly high mass at 4.6 times Earth's and an incredibly large radius of just over 11,000 kilometers.
I'm trying to lose weight myself. All that quarantine weight, as I call it.
Body 3 contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Planet 8 is notable, with an unusually high radius of around 11,500 kilometers. Body Eta has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 6 contains large deposits of carbon. Planet 6 is notable, with an unusually high radius of over 11,000 kilometers. Jump in progress.
Hey, hey. How you doing, Rigby?
NGC 4577-5-0 system.
Everybody say hello to Rigby and Radman for me.
8,000 light years from Tago.
We made ourselves a home. Sword protected.
You have 21 jumps until arrival.
Appreciate the follow, my dude.
85% capacity. 10 bodies remain to be scanned. 3 people.
You know, with the amount of peeps, I do appreciate, with the amount of peeps that we got chilling, next time we go out exploring, or maybe I'll get it transferred to Colonia. I don't know if we'll do it, and we'll take a vote, but we may swap our crate out for a beluga. One, because the beluga's amazing, but two, because I would love to RP with all you peeps in the back of the beluga going on a tour. That would add a nice little thing to this. You're all my passengers, and then you can request me to stop off at places, you know, like a passenger mission. Hello, I would like you to pick up 2 composites for me. I will pay you extra. Also, don't get attacked by people. It's like, I don't know about that.
To explorers, miners, and passing traders since 3301. Plan your trip to LU today.
Hello, Commanders. This is the Director of the Strategic Community Order and Retaliation Division, or SWORD for short. As you know, United Nations had the Nazis.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. I don't know if my beluga is still currently outfitted for exploring. I think it's doing passenger missions. That being said, I think I kept the basics of it.
But we can't take care of it alone. We need the help of capable commanders with the drive to be good. Join Sword to be that
Yeah, I was gonna say, we may do that. When I get to Colonia, we'll transfer it over, because like I said, I'm probably gonna spend a week in Colonia when we eventually get there. Haha, you're all good, my dude. We move pretty quick, so...
Moon 1 is notable, with an unusually inclined orbit. This body has large deposits of carbon.
But since we're not going to be doing anything too much in the outer rim, if the beluga has a decent jump range, we may carry it in and see if we can do some basic outfitting in Colonia to go ahead and get that jump worthy and take that instead. I think that'd be pretty sweet. I think, question mark, I think you can do all outfitting in Colonia. I don't know if they sell everything. I know they don't have like a Shinra or Desra that has everything there, but I think you can buy most everything in the game from it. If not, I'm sure people are running carriers with supplies out there. We'll have to figure it out once we get out there. I've actually never done too much outfitting near Colonia.
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is in transit to the NGC 4577 C2-1 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Ooh, nice. That's going to be a fun explore for you guys. I've been to Sajay once. I haven't been since they put the space station out there.
This star is notable, with an unusually old age of nearly 13 billion years. As you can see, it emits a yellow-white light. 1 out of 14 bodies have been scanned. Maximum fuel.
I'll be honest, guys. We've been going for, what, an hour and 20 minutes today? And we really haven't found too much interesting. Bro, I'm telling you guys, we'll start doing space exploration tours. Upon, I think I named my ship the Blue Whale. And that's fair. I'm gonna say, especially with the fleet carriers, and that's something that I'm excited about once I eventually get my hand on it. We can go ahead and do like mining and exploring at the same time, because I love mining. What I'd probably do is take like a Type 7 or something and keep that on board the carrier as like a miner just for tritium. But yeah, no, we haven't found anything too exciting yet, which is kind of a downer. Usually we find something within the first hour. But we'll keep looking.
Planet 1 is a notable gas giant with water-based life with a pristine rocky ring.
That's kind of cool. Pretty common, but cool. Bro, as long as it's not racist, any jokes are free here. I know you're joking, so go for it.
This body has large deposits of carbon. This body has high levels of carbon. Body 1D contains high levels of carbon and selenium. Planet 3 is a notable icy body with an unusually high radius of nearly 12,000 kilometers in a pristine icy ring.
I feel that, I feel that. Yeah, I'll have to find time. Well, if we do the Blue Whale thing, that's gonna be like our new... funny joke, funny joke. I was about to be like, what do you mean? That the Blue Whale is my girlfriend? I don't know what you're talking about. It's the same, it's interchangeable. Not really. And that trip... that trip is gonna happen basically just to replace this guy. So you'll be able to join whenever.
Of carbon and selenium. Body 2E contains high levels of carbon.
Reverse burn,
Body
got
2
him.
contains large deposits of carbon.
But low-key,
Body 2C has high levels of carbon.
low-key, not to brag real quick, but my girlfriend is amazing.
Body 2D contains high levels of
She's
carbon.
actually a tiny little thing and I can pick her up with one hand, so, you know.
Planet 4 is interesting, with an extremely high surface temperature of just over 479 Kelvin and a pristine icy ring. This star system has every element that may be required to augment Stellae Serpentis' range. Exploration class, green.
I love you guys. She called Palm. Okay, what's the joke? No, why? Oh gosh, don't fly into those. Oh my god. I got you. I got you.
Stellae Serpentis is en route to the NGC 4577-3-1 system. This is your first visit to this system.
I see what you did there. I like it.
You have 19 jumps left.
Scanning now.
Three out of 4 bodies have been scanned.
That was very good, Rajman.
Maximum fuel.
I've definitely heard that one before, but I was not expecting it.
Planet BC-1 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with an extremely high mass at nearly 495 times Earth's.
Oh, I mean, it 100% fits. Dun dun dun.
Jump in progress. Stellae Serpentis is heading to the NGC 4577-KD-10-0 system. This is your first visit to this system. You have 18 jumps to go.
Scanning now.
Six out of 15 bodies have been scanned. Refuel.
You know, I was trying to play that one safe, but also just enough for it to be indecisive. Hello? There we go.
Planet ABC-2 is notable, with an unusually high surface
ABC-2?
temperature of over 345 Kelvin.
Look at that out there. Can you guys see that? There's like a set bodies. Let's see here. If we point towards ABC2, there's Heart and Soul, just so we have an idea. You see all those like dots out there? I wonder if that's the supercluster we visited before. GG. Definitely heard all of those back when I was in high school. Because it's hot? I don't know. Wow. Wow. Okay, so if we look at Heart and Soul, which is over... Nope, that's NG. Heart and Soul's up here. Where's all those bodies we saw? I'm looking for those giant red patch of bodies. So we're kind of looking off in this direction. I mean, Racco wanted to see them, but... interesting. Okay. Yeah, we're heading down to, in case anybody was curious, the, what is that? NGC 287? Yeah.
Telemetry obtained.
Navigation.
Stellite surface is in transit to the NGC 4577 2-SC5-3 system. This is your first visit to this system. You are just over 8,000 light years from Tago.
There you go. That's where I'm going. Also, Sam, I see you found the Discord. Congrats.
Scanning now.
Ground Dwarf 7 is uncommon and notable, with a rocky ring.
52, you say?
Refueling.
Hopefully we got something here then. 52 bodies. And how many stars? 1, 2... I don't have that command set up. I am sorry, my dude. If you click on the About, if you're on the PC, I don't know how to do it on the phone. There's like links to everything there. You're right, I do need to set up some new Nightbot commands though.
Planet 9 is a notable icy body with an incredibly high mass at around 95.5 times Earth's and an extremely high radius of over 23,000 kilometers. Moon Nida is a notable icy body with an unusually high radius of over 11,000 kilometers.
Alright, what do we got? Nope. Gonna be over here somewhere. There you are. Rings? Question mark? Yes.
Planet 1 is remarkable, with an extremely high mass at 7.7 times Earth's, an extremely high radius of well over 12,500 kilometers, and a pristine metal-rich ring.
Blocked. GG. Good try, Sam. Of course.
This body has high levels of tellurium. Planet 2 is remarkable, with an unusually low radius of over 21,500 kilometers and a pristine rocky ring.
Alright, let's see here. Ooh, got him.
Planet 6 is a notable Class 3 gas giant with a pristine rocky ring.
What do we got? All the things.
Body 6 has high levels of germanium and arsenic. Moon 6H is notable, with a pristine metal-rich ring.
Ooh, that's kind of pretty. Weird looking. Ringed gas giant.
Planet 8 is notable, with a pristine metal-rich ring. Body 8C has high levels of tellurium. Body 8F has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Moon 8I is a notable icy body with a pristine icy ring. Body 8H has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body 8 Ramsa has very large deposits of carbon at 25.0% and selenium at 4.7% and high levels of sulfur and phosphorus.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Sam. And hopefully it's not
Body
because she
8B
spent all the
contains high
money.
levels of tellurium. This body contains large deposits of carbon. Planet 5 is a notable gas giant with ammonia-based life with a pristine rocky ring.
Got it. You know, all I do is dad jokes. That's the only type of joke that I can do.
Body 4B has high levels of tellurium.
I am not a dad, nor do I ever want to be a father, but I will always appreciate a good pun.
Planet 4 is notable, with a pristine rocky ring.
Delivery is just as good as the actual joke itself. You can see the bubble nebula from here. Look at it, tiny little speck.
Planet 3 is notable, with a pristine rocky ring.
Ooh, I see what you did there. It's a good one. A good quality joke. Alright, let's see here. Ring? Rings. We got rings.
Planet 7K is notable, with an incredibly inclined orbit and a pristine icy ring.
I mean, I guess.
Body 7I contains high levels of arsenic.
You gotta be careful though, my fam, because we do have,
This body has high
we do
levels
have
of
people you
tellurium.
may offend with that.
Body 7HA contains very high levels of arsenic at 2.8%. Body 7B contains large deposits of germanium.
I just want a biosource. A biosource would be wonderful. It was. 10 out of 10.
This body contains large deposits of arsenic and tellurium.
It's a joke.
Body 7J has high levels of germanium, arsenic, and tellurium. This system has every element that can be found on planetary surfaces. Exploration class, gold.
I can understand because some people take it personally, but is that really the person who's saying the joke's problem or the person who receives it incorrectly?
Destination confirmed. Stellai Serpents is heading to the NGC 4577 13-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Engaging exit protocols.
You have 16 jumps left.
Scanning now.
Thirteen bodies remain to be scanned. Fuel at maximum.
Yeah, but I feel like you could, So you have to... There's a lot of things that could be argued in that point, and I'm not going to get into that. Because there's a lot of things that could apply there. Oof. We're only 18 jumps out, so we actually made decent progress. We're like, what is that, halfway? Singing song in head. Gotta find the line. The line is different with everybody, that's the problem. I feel like you're just...
Planet AB1 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with pristine rocky and icy rings.
I feel like you're just looking up jokes now, Sam.
Body AB1b contains large deposits of carbon. Body AB1 has high levels of carbon. This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Planet A5 is notable, with potential for terraforming.
Ooh, hello. A stick. I love the stick jokes.
Planet AB3 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with pristine metal-rich and icy rings.
You know what else is brown and sticky? Corrugation on cardboard boxes. I work with it every day. It's a pain.
Moon AB3b is a notable icy body with an extremely elongated orbit. This body contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Moon AB3c is notable, with an extremely oblong orbit. Body AB3c has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body AB3d has large deposits of carbon. Body AB3e contains high levels of carbon. This body contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body A5 is a recommended candidate to map.
Alright, mapping time. You may want to get that one looked at, Sam. Gotcha. So, basically, what's going on, Smooth Hippo? Actually, first of all, I'll answer that in a second, but Smooth Hippo is actually kind of funny, and the reason why is that is my auto-generated password on my girlfriend's router, so it's kind of funny. It's like Smooth Hippo, some change and whatever, but I appreciate the follow. As far as looking for in a planet, you're looking for a terraformable range based on the star. You could just memorize them, or you could download a program called EDDI. It has a bunch of like stuff plugged in. You have to link it to your EDSM and Inara account. But if you link it all together, it will read off when you jump into a system, what's in the system, tell you information about the planets, things like that. So, yeah, it's pretty chill, pretty chill. Hope you're doing well, Smooth Hippo. Everybody say hello. Boop. All right, what do we got? Give me the things. Yes, there you go, minions.
Map is complete. Efficiency bonus awarded.
Hey,
Planet
cheers,
A5
no
is a
problem.
medium gravity terraformable high metal content world. Most prevalent in the super thick atmosphere is carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 710 Kelvin. All worthwhile bodies are now mapped.
Next system en route.
Locking system destination.
Engage jump.
Acknowledged.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's pretty rough your first 50 hours or so.
Stellai Serpents is en route to the NGC 4577C-14-0 system. This is your first visit to this system.
Ha 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 ha. Thank you, Sam. Those are the ones I like.
Engaging exit protocols.
Fuel tanks are at 84% capacity.
Scanning now.
One out of 15 bodies have been scanned. Fuel at maximum.
Yes, voice attack is absolutely wonderful for VR. I play in VR a lot when I'm not streaming. If you want to spend a little bit extra money, give it a chance and wait. But HMC voice packs, which is what I'm running, have some amazing binds already pre-done. But otherwise, you can just write your own commands to hit a button. Oh no, not the fishes. I used to live near the ocean. Absolutely loved it. I miss the ocean. There you go. I've heard that one's pretty good. I've not messed with it myself, though.
Moon 1 is notable, with an extremely inclined orbit.
There you go, there you go. I get it. It's funny. I'm laughing internally.
This body contains high levels of carbon.
Anything that's bad, and you're like, did that really just come out of somebody's mouth as far as a pun concerned? Those are the ones I like. Really bad puns. Basically dad jokes. There you go. I've never actually heard it called that, but I absolutely love it. Hello? That looked good. Nope, nothing.
This system holds every element that may be required to augment the jump range of his ship. Exploration class, green.
Juicy potato tacos. These scrummy snacks are perfect for hungry commanders.
Oh boy, I'm starving.
One taco taco has all the ingredients for a healthy, active lifestyle.
Telemetry obtained. Stealth Servant is traveling to the NGC 457 Sector Volume 16-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are over 8,000 light years from Tago.
Key systems are at optimal levels. Ready for exit.
You have 14 jumps until arrival.
As you wish.
If you've been all over the galaxy and still haven't found that special someone, it's time to set your target, Commander. The Love Hub, conveniently located
Refuel.
System 35965. Slide your ship into our dock.
Alright, nothing else here. Let's ping this. Nope. How many jumps out are we? 14. That's not too bad.
Are you a hunter or a trader looking
We're getting there.
for a big score? An explorer yearning for the excitement of a secret discovery? No matter what your persuasion, we have
Jump in progress. Stealth Servant is heading to the NGC 457 Sector SC4-10 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are over 8,000 light years from home.
Confirming exit point telemetry.
You have 13 jumps left.
She was about to be standby and she dropped me.
Planet A1 is a notable metal-rich body with an extremely high mass at 2.6 times Earth's and an unusually high surface temperature of well over 3,000 Kelvin. Refuel.
Metal rich. I haven't seen a metal rich in a hot minute.
Guaranteed to keep your chakras aligned. Troy chimes are available from the 39 Troy system, Station Porter.
Make sure everything's still at 100. Yep, we good. For a second I thought that was Blue Danube by those first few notes, but it wasn't. Thank goodness. Because I know that would immediately get me copyright striked. Don't want to mess with that. Oh god, I have a feeling this one... Hold on, hold on. Interesting.
Planet B1 is remarkable, with an incredibly inclined orbit, an incredibly low radius of well over 22,500 kilometers, and a pristine rocky ring.
That's a pretty color. Ring, 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 ring. I've actually never seen or read anything Harry Potter. There. I heard it was a nostalgic thing, like if you grew up with it, it was alright. But that's about it.
NGC 457 system. This is your first visit to this system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from home.
Engaging exit protocol.
You have 12 jumps remaining.
Scanning now.
Fair.
Refueled.
All the peeps just chilling. And I feel that, I feel that. I mean, they made 8 movies, so I'm sure it was a bit slow. I don't know. I never got into it. I'd much rather watch LOTR. Completely different genres, but, you know, that's just my idea. Nothing else here.
Telemetry obtained. Stellai Serpents is en route to the NGC 4577JT-RB20-0 system. This is your first visit to this system. Current location is just over 8,000 light years from home.
Key systems are at optimal levels.
Fuel levels are at 96% capacity, Commander.
Scanning now.
They're all piecing out.
This star is notable, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.65 times sols. As you can see, it emits an orange-red light. Fuel at maximum. 1 out of 6 bodies have been scanned in this system.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I like the high fantasy stuff. They're all running away. No. It's okay. We're not here for the views, we're here to chill. I like the chill.
Body 1B has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 1C has large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and phosphorus.
That's fair, that's fair.
This body contains large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and selenium.
There's not a lot going on in these systems we've been finding. I apologize, guys.
Planet 1 is an interesting Class 1 gas giant with an incredibly high mass at nearly 567 times Earth's and pristine rocky and metal-rich rings.
Like, it's pretty dead.
Affirmative.
And maybe so, maybe so.
Destination confirmed. Stellae Serpents is heading to the NGC 457 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from home.
Ask the crowd.
Hull integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
Fuel tanks are at 87% capacity.
Scanning now.
Let's lay out the jokes for a hot minute.
Refuel.
Yeah, I mean we don't want to start yelling. That or I'll just be quiet and I'll let you guys communicate amongst yourselves.
Telemetry obtained. Stellae Serpents is heading to the NGC 457-12-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from Tago.
On that Google train.
Scanning now.
Seven bodies remain to be scanned. Stellae Serpents is now fully refueled.
Tell me to slow down, I must be coming up on something. Oh, I don't think we're far enough away from the star. Hopefully there's nothing hidden behind it.
Body 2 contains large deposits of carbon and selenium.
Because he's about to say that would be true.
Moon 5 is a notable icy body with an incredibly inclined orbit. This body contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Telemetry obtained.
Navigation.
Stellae Serpents is traveling to the NGC 457-3B26-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are just over 8,000 light years from Tago.
Scanning now.
Five out of 22 bodies have been scanned. Refuel.
Fair. Oh gosh, guys, keep that out of here. We don't need that happening. Ooh, we may have a water world finally.
Planet 8 is notable, with a pristine icy ring. Body Eta has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body 8B contains large deposits of carbon. Planet 7 is notable, with pristine metal-rich and icy rings.
Boop.
This body has large deposits of carbon. Moon 7C is notable, with an extremely oblong orbit. Moon 7D is a notable icy body with an extremely oblong orbit.
That's fair, that's fair. I spell horribly. I see you guys. What do we got? Is this our water world?
Planet 6 is a notable water world with abundant liquid water at the surface.
Look, guys. Look at that name. You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard, Harry. That's golden. It's pretty funny. I thought it was relatable. Hey, you're doing your best. Ooh, hello. Nope, we're looking for it. It's out here somewhere.
Planet 9 is notable, with an incredibly large radius of over 13,500 kilometers.
Time for Radio Sidewinder news.
This body has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 9B contains high levels of carbon. Body 9 contains high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 6 is a good mapping candidate.
In anticipation of the release of the Drake-class capital ship to the community of independent pilots. The DSSA is a monumental effort to create a network of support vessels distributed to the farthest reaches of the galaxy, and will provide deep space explorers a chance to repair and refuel should they find themselves stranded in the black. As of the date of this publication, 31 ships have been assigned to different galactic sectors, with dozens more undergoing final preparations. In order to be included in the official charter, each captain is required to provide proof that their funding sources will remain secure for the entire lifespan of the initiative. While the maintenance fees can be partially offset through the exchange of universal
We're gonna be the first to map this.
exploration data, the carrier owners are ultimately responsible for committing to the entire cost. In addition to the credits required for such an operation, thousands of crew members will be required to man each vessel. In support of this requirement, the Brewer Corporation has secured the commitment of numerous workers, administrators, and staff who have volunteered to do these expeditions despite the knowledge they will not be able to return to the bubble for years at a time. Eligible skilled families are encouraged to apply. Any pilots who have the interest to support the DSSA network are invited.
Ooh, this is a big 7 probe. Hopefully we get it.
This has been Computer Pete reporting for Radio Sidewinder News.
This hour of Radio
So close.
Sidewinder is brought to you by the Galactic Insurance Company. Remember, Commander, don't fly without a rebuy.
It's going. It's going. It's going.
Surface map is complete. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet 6 is a medium gravity water world. I am detecting high numbers of active water geysers. The crushing atmosphere is rich in argon with an average surface temperature of 448 Kelvin. You have mapped all interesting bodies.
Alright. That would be pretty sweet. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you here real quick. I will be back in a few minutes. I gotta go talk to the roommate about something. So keep yourselves entertained while I'm gone and behave. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Hey Dark, if you're going, have a nice day. Good to see ya. Let's fly around the pole real quick. Get a nice picture. Thank you, thank you. I had to talk to like some of the roomies about some stuff going on this week, so I just wanted to make sure we let everybody know. Thank you, Sam. Alright, we don't want to go too much on that. We want to kind of see where the sun is coming off of. Yeah, I think this will be a good picture. We'll do it here.
Serpents has left Super Cruise close to planet NGC 457 sector KG-GB 26-06.
There we go, somewhere around, as soon as that goes hollow, that'll be good. Picture time. We don't have too many pictures, so we gotta get some. Something basic like that. That'll do. Next system en route.
System destination locked.
Engage jump.
Engaging drive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Alright, we're into our... We've done 2 hours, so we're into our third hour.
Stellite Serpents is heading to the NGC 457 sector 28-0 system. This is your first visit to the system.
Which means...
Current location is just over 8,000 light years from home.
Which means we've got 45 minutes max.
7 jumps to go.
We'll probably set it down before then, because we want to set it down on an actual place. So you can crash into ships. It can't really happen in Super Cruise.
Maximum fuel.
But if you do it, it's a bad time. Now, if somebody else is in the system, they could always interdict me and take me out and try to kill me. But that would be not very friendly. And most likely that's not going to happen out here. Well, ships are so small, the chance of hitting one is so minuscule. But that being said, like, let's say a ship's actually in front of me, you can jump through it. Yeah, they don't see that. I've definitely done that before.
This body has high levels of carbon.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Nothing really happens to the other ship. They just kind of see you jump through them.
This body has high levels of selenium.
Selenium.
Moon Bora is notable, with an unusually inclined orbit. This body contains high levels of carbon.
It's the galactic cycle of life. From growing crops and killing them to make food, to expelling waste and shipping it back to the farmlands to make more. Here at CEOs, we're using our energy to build a new space station
Jump in progress. Stellae Serpents is in transit to the NGC 4577 HYB29-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are just over 8,000 light years from home.
Introducing the cycle of CEOs. From CEOs to Sophix with data delivery.
6 jumps left.
With bio-waste and
Affirmative.
our cycle of CEOs supports the galactic cycle of life. CEOs, keeping those culinary wonders passing your lips by taking what we pass back to the farm.
Stellae Serpents is now at 100% fuel capacity.
This is Commander Shepard from the 47th Cartographic Division of the Alliance's Science and Reconnaissance Directorate. Humanity's expansion depends upon the cooperation of all available pilots to join the Alliance's forces in bolstering the exploration efforts that aim to further our reach into the pristine resource reserves of the unknown star systems. The Alliance is counting on all of you to fill the blank spots in our star charts with your scans. You can't make it.
No, I'm using a what's called a HOTAS. Hands-on throttle and stick.
Destination confirmed. Stellae Serpents is in transit to the NGC 4577-DC14-0 system. This is your first visit to the system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from home.
Chili peppers in the galaxy. If you're craving flavor, come see us at Roddenberry Gateway in
5 jumps to go.
as dangerous as you are.
As you wish.
Planet 2 is a notable high metal continent world with an unusually high surface temperature of nearly 2,500 Kelvin. Planet 1 is interesting, with an unusually high radius of around 9,500 kilometers and an extremely high surface temperature of well over 4,000 Kelvin. 16 bodies remain to be scanned.
Yeah, no, HOTAS is absolutely wonderful. That's why whenever I do a smooth turn, you can see it like just turn slightly. If I was using a mouse, you get like a weird little cursor. You have the 290? Yeah, I've got the 52 Pro. The ST290 isn't bad though.
Planet 7 is notable, with an incredibly large radius of over 13,500 kilometers. This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium. This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium.
Gotcha. Mine is the Scitech X52 Pro.
This body contains high levels of carbon.
It's the one that the actual, yeah, I got the cool one. It's the one the actual ships are modeled after.
An incredibly high mass at over 16 times Earth's, an extremely high radius of over 16,500 kilometers, and pristine metal-rich and icy rings. Planet 6 is an exceptional icy body with an incredibly high mass at around 15.5 times Earth's, an extremely high radius of around 16,500 kilometers, and a pristine icy ring.
Yeah, well, it wasn't too bad when I purchased it. Plus, it's lasted quite a while, so it was definitely worth the purchase for me. With the amount of hours I put in this game.
This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium.
$7. Not bad.
This body contains high levels of carbon and selenium.
Mine was a little bit more than that.
Body 4B contains very large deposits of selenium at 4.4% and large deposits of sulfur, carbon, and phosphorus. Body 4B contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body 4D has large deposits of carbon and selenium.
Yeah, mine when I bought it was like 250, 275, something like that.
Jump in progress.
Is that what they go for now? Is 330? Goodness.
15-2 system. This is your first visit to the system.
I know the price keeps going up because they don't make them anymore. Yeah, I bought them on Amazon 2.5 years ago, so.
4 jumps until arrival.
Goodness, price has definitely gone up. I mean, if it's used for only 3 months and it works for $7, you can't beat it.
Stellae Serpents is now fully refueled.
We got an interesting one here.
Planet A1 is notable, with terraformable conditions. Planet A3 is a notable icy body with an unusually elliptical orbit.
Ooh, ammonia. The throttle's nice, just because I like to fine-tune how fast I'm going, especially in combat. But if it's not in combat, it's usually not a big deal.
Planet A6 is a notable icy body with an extremely high surface temperature of just over 528 Kelvin. Moon A2 is an interesting rocky body with an incredibly inclined orbit and an unusually high radius of over 2,500 kilometers. Bodies A1 and A5 are recommended mapping candidates.
It is nice to fine-tune how fast it goes, though, and there's a lot of buttons like bound to it, to the throttle, so it's not too bad. Gives me more buttons. Bro, I've done face cams before. I just don't do it early in the morning because I don't want to get pretty. If we start doing some of the later ones, like tomorrow, if it's later in the day, I'll have face cam on those. I just don't do it early in the mornings. Honestly, when I'm exploring, my face just kind of does weird things because I'm not focusing on the camera anyways. Yeah, the external ones are nice. I completely agree. You're all good, my dude.
Surface map is now complete. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A1 is a medium gravity terraformable high metal content world. I am detecting active iron lava flows. Most prevalent in the crushing atmosphere is carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 1,113 Kelvin. Body A5 is also a recommended mapping candidate.
Paint isn't starting to ship yet, so that's good. No, not yet. Actually, I don't know if we'll ever get walking around the ship. That's more Star Citizen. Maybe one of these days I'll give Star Citizen a shot on stream. But it's just a lot, and it's still in alpha. It runs all right, but it's not great. It'd probably be hard to get stream working. Maybe so, maybe so. They just said space legs. They didn't say confirmed inside of a ship. They didn't say confirmed in space station. They just said on planets. So we'll see if we can actually do it in the ship. I low-key think it's just going to be like on planets where you can get out of the rover. Yo, the ships are actually really big if you look up the scale. There's plenty of room to walk around in them. Like the smallest ship, the Sidewinder, is like the size of like a school bus. Yeah. They are, eventually. It's not going to be an Odyssey, though, they said.
Complete. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet A5 is a medium-gravity ammonia world. The atmosphere is composed mainly of ammonia and oxygen with an average surface temperature of 216
Exactly.
Kelvin. You have mapped all worthwhile bodies. Drop to normal space close to planet NGC 457 sector IJ-XC 15-285.
Why don't I look after the shield for landing modules?
No.
Okay.
Ammonia. There we go. Ammonia worlds are so pretty. Next system en route.
Next system en route.
Are you talking about like the space legs and the spacecraft? I don't think they're gonna do it. I would love it, but I don't think they're gonna do it. As far as base building, it's gonna be much later. Engage jump.
Engaging jump drive.
Jump in progress. Stellai Serpents is heading to the NGC 457 sector PG-34-0 system. This is your first visit to this system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from Tago.
I wouldn't say often. I would say maybe yearly. is a good average.
3 jumps until arrival. Fuel tanks are now at 83%. Commander.
It's definitely not like a one you expect to get updates for. It's just when they do, they do.
Maximum.
We're only 3 jumps out, so I think we'll make it to the Nebula and then we'll call it. Unless we find something interesting right before it. Exactly. Usually, it's more like DLC. Think of DLC patches. Sometimes they can go for like a year and a half, almost 2 years. Sometimes they'll do it 6 months. So it's definitely staggered.
Location is just over 8,000 light years from home.
Hey, how's it going, Infected? The thing that's telling me about it is EDDI. I'm gonna say that again. Hold on. EDDI. It basically tells me what's going on in the system when you scan it.
Body 6 is a good candidate to map.
Like that, boom, Body 6 is a good one to map. And basically tells me how to get that. It's a completely free program. There you go, there you go. It's absolutely wonderful.
Planet 6 is notable, with potential for terraforming.
It comes right out of the box, basically. The only thing you'll have to probably do, I think you have to link it to EDSM. By the way, it only works on a PC, so it has to be PC, if I didn't make that part clear. But yeah, as I say, I think you may have to link it to EDSM, so that way it can grab information about the bodies, but I could be wrong.
Planet 9 is interesting, with an extremely elliptical orbit and an incredibly high surface temperature of over 462 Kelvin. Planet 8 is a notable Class 3 gas giant with pristine rocky and metal-rich rings.
Yeah, no problem. Hopefully it helps you out.
Body 8F has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 8D contains large deposits of germanium and arsenic. Planet 13 is extraordinary, with an extremely oblong orbit, an incredibly high mass at over 14 times Earth's, an extremely high radius of over 16,000 kilometers, and a pristine icy ring. Planet 12 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with a pristine icy ring. Body 12A has high levels of carbon and selenium. Body 12C has high levels of carbon. This body has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Planet 11 is a remarkable icy body with an incredibly high mass at over 29.5 times Earth's, an extremely high radius of nearly 19,000 kilometers, and an extremely high surface temperature of over 575 Kelvin.
For Linux, you know, I think, let's see here, it's open source. I'm not sure what language it's written in, though. So I'm not exactly sure. Are you using Ubuntu, Mint? What are you using? Or do you have your own? I'm not sure. I may have to dig a little.
Moon 10C is notable, with an unusually elliptical orbit. Body 10C contains large deposits of carbon. Moon 10D is a notable icy body with an unusually elliptical orbit. This body has high levels of carbon.
Bro, I have a Linux machine too. I love Linux. I do like test fake pen testing stuff on there. Just boot up a little, well, it's not really a machine, it's a VM, but I mess with it. It's fun. And Linux-based gaming is getting better now too, especially with using Steam. All right, what do we got?
Planet 3 is remarkable, with an extremely high mass at 7 times Earth's, an incredibly large radius of around 10,500 kilometers, and an unusually high surface temperature of over 2,000 Kelvin. Body 6 is a recommended candidate for mapping.
All right, Body 6 it is. That's also fair, that's also fair. Oh, you don't see any difference? That's good. I know that Steam's been working pretty good about getting a lot of compatible games. If that's your sort of thing, it probably would be.
Mapping is now finished. Efficiency bonus granted. Planet 6 is a medium gravity terraformable high metal content world. I am detecting high numbers of active silicate vapor geysers. Most prevalent in the super dense atmosphere is carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 1000.
Yeah, proton, that's what it's called.
You have mapped all worthwhile bodies.
I couldn't remember what it was called. Next system en route.
Affirmative.
Engage jump.
Faster than light drive charging now.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander.
Destination confirmed. Stellai Serpents is heading to the NGC 281 Sector 2-0 system.
Engaged.
This is your first visit to the system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from home.
Key systems are at optimal levels, ready for exit.
You have one jump to go.
Scanning now.
Ground warp seed is uncommon and notable, with an unusually high solar radius at 0.24 times sols.
Oh, that's good.
Body A6 is a good candidate for mapping.
Ooh.
Maximum fuel.
Got a lot of stuff here.
Planet A6 is a notable high metal content world with terraformable conditions.
got all the things to boop.
Body A has large deposits of carbon and selenium. Planet A9 is a notable Class 1 gas giant with pristine rocky and icy rings.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, getting the actual voice to read off
This body contains high levels of carbon.
may be the issue. You'd have to probably look through the code and see if you can redirect
This
the
body
path.
contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. This body contains high levels of carbon and selenium. This body contains large deposits of carbon and selenium. Body A90 has high levels of carbon. Body A90 has high levels of carbon. Planet A10 is a notable icy body with a pristine icy ring.
That happens sometimes where you can't see it anymore. I hate when that happens. Maybe so, maybe so. I don't mess with Linux too much. I would say I'm casual. I do it just for funsies.
This body contains high levels of carbon.
You called me out. You got me. Even though I work in, like, kind of IT stuff, we don't really mess with Linux too much, thank goodness. For what I do.
This body has large deposits of carbon.
Yeah, making sure there's no bios. Alright, one more. Boop.
This system holds every element that may be required to augment an explorer's jump range. Exploration class, green. Body A6 is a recommended mapping candidate.
There you go, there you go. And I don't mind you asking, but I can't tell you everything. But basically, somebody basically brings me stuff as far as, like, computer-wise, and I fix it. That is about what I can tell you.
Then the next, there it was.
No.
The ship was broken, destroyed. Next to no time, people
My Alexa's talking to me.
food cartridges.
But basically, anything, as long as it doesn't include... I can do soldering, but I'm not allowed to. Basically, let's put it that way. But anything else you need done to a computer, basically, that's... I mess with it.
Active shields, if powered, local boost is stacking effectiveness, giving you the best protection points combined. This helps keep your ship working at its best. Now, shield boosters go on every ship I buy.
I want to get into server-side stuff, like setting up server racks, things along those lines. Or just work my way to sysad. Yeah, I'm the repair guy.
Efficiency bonus awarded.
Software and
Planet
hardware.
A6 is a medium gravity terraformable high metal contact world. Sensors detect high levels of active silicate lava flows. The crushing atmosphere is composed primarily of carbon dioxide with an average surface temperature of 715 Kelvin. All worthwhile bodies have been mapped.
Freedom is liberty. Fly free. Fly alliance.
I mess with what basically people need me to do. Nothing too crazy. And the best part is I can just tell them no if I don't want to do it.
Destination confirmed. Stellai Serpents is heading to BD plus 551916. This is your first visit to the system. You are now just over 8,000 light years from home.
If a worker tries to escape, the remotely triggered drug will return to an active state and begin to burrow deep into his flesh. Resulting agony will stop.
Fuel tanks now at 83%.
Scanning now.
This star is rare and extraordinary, relative to similar class of stars, with an incredibly old age of just over 678 million years.
I can do data
high
recovery.
mass of well over 101 times sols.
I have done that
Extremely
before.
High surface temperature of nearly 104,000 Kelvin, and high brilliance. As you can see, it emits a blue light.
Ooh, this is pretty.
Star T is rare and remarkable, with an incredibly high solar mass of around 97.5 times sols, an extremely high surface temperature of over 102,000 Kelvin, and high brilliance. As you can see, it emits a blue light. Star C is rare and extraordinary, with an unusually old age of just over 254 million years, an incredibly high solar mass of over 96.5 times sols, an extremely high surface temperature of just over 100,000 Kelvin, and high brilliance.
It's not.
As you
It's
can
not
see, It
appreciated.
emits a blue light.
But
Star B is rare and extraordinary, relative to similar classes.
it's kind of just down the line of what I want to
Age
do.
of just over 882 million years, an incredibly high solar mass of nearly 91 times sols, an extremely high surface temperature of over 99,000 Kelvin, and high luminosity. As you can see, it emits a blue light. Stellai Serpents is now at maximum fuel capacity.
How did I get into IT? I've always messed with things with my hands, so I've always been like a fixer. Big thing is watches. I collect a lot of watches, but I also like build watches, take them apart mechanically. So basically I got in that way.
Planet AB1 is notable, with an incredibly elliptical and incredibly inclined orbit. Body AB1 contains high levels of chromium, zinc, and vanadium.
And then I was just like, huh, let's do some off studying. So yeah, I have a double major in business and music and have nothing to do with IT, and that's what I'm working in, so. Ooh, now that's actually really interesting. That's kind of like the stuff I want to do. That almost sounds like physical pen test sort of stuff. It's not going to be that secret, though. That wouldn't be like... I would also love to do pen testing. But, yeah, I'm going to say, I would love to do, like, the physical pen testing where you actually do social engineering sort of stuff, but I don't think I have the personality to do that. Exactly. Yes. I have. Yeah. Yeah, I would probably go down more the hardware side, because that sounds like my sort of thing. It pays real nice, too. If you know what you're doing. Or at least real nice compared to what I'm doing now. By the way, if anybody missed it, we found biospots, so we're heading towards the biospots on this planet. And that's where we're going to end the stream, because it is almost 9 a.m. my time, and I've got to go get ready for the work. Hey, there's no problem there. You learn by experience, right? You've been in the field as long as I've been alive, so there you go. What do? I spend it on a computer. Which is fine. Who needs school? I only went just because it was free. Because I was working at a university at the time. Swords. I don't own any swords. Watches. Replace swords with watches, and that's me. Yo, I know where that is out in Vegas. I'm East Coast, unfortunately. But I know exactly who those are peeps. I've heard the names anyways. There you go. You got it, Sam. That's me. That's literally me in a nutshell. Yeah, I've heard good things. Lightweight your life support and your sensors. That will save you so much jump range. Other than that, if you've got a DSS or a surface scanner here, make sure you make the probes a larger radius. That way you can hit efficiency target a lot easier.
2 biological surface signals detected. Surface map is now finished. Efficiency bonus awarded. Planet AB1 is a medium gravity metal rich body that is suitable for landing. The surface temperature averages 1228 Kelvin. This body contains large deposits of chromium.
Ooh, it's hot.
And vanadium.
1228.
You have mapped all interesting bodies.
Yo, that's hot. We're gonna probably get some heat rays coming off once we get closer. And what's the gravity here? Oh, it's about Earth's. If jump range isn't an issue, definitely look at some of enhancing the scanners.
Return to normal space in the vicinity of planet BD plus 55.
Also, I'm going to keep an eye on this FPS, see if it drops.
Flight mode initiated.
Why don't I look after the
Warning.
shield for landing?
BD plus 55191
Yes.
AB1 is a medium gravity world at 87 centimeters.
Commander.
Flight completed.
Redistributing.
What is this? Those aren't bark mounds. Did we get more space anatomy?
Slow.
Does look like surface warts. Melons. To be discovered, no, but to be mapped, yes.
Touchdown on DD plus 55191 AB1. Coordinates are minus 19.27 degrees latitude, minus 83.05 degrees longitude. Buggy away.
No
Buggy
spooky
standing
stories
by
on
for
this one.
recovery.
And yeah, they do look like alien eggs, don't they? Do they glow in the dark? Let's see. Ooh, look at that, they do. Oop, we have our data link scanner on. Hold on. Nice. Look at that space melon. Alright, what time is it? I've got like 4 minutes till I have to go, my dudes. So we're gonna hop back in the ship and call it, and then next time we'll start with the space melons and see maybe, actually let's take a look at the system map, see if this planet's tidally locked or not. Because if it's not tidally locked, we may pull back up in the dark zone.
Standing by for recovery.
Yep, another one in the books, my dudes.
SRD docked.
Let's see here. It doesn't say it's tidally locked. Orbital period. Awesome. So that means next time we log in, we may be on the dark side. Yeah, it was 3 hours. So, all right, guys. Good seeing y'all. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We'll see you next time. You guys have a good one. Peace. Thank you, Infected, for the follow. I appreciate it. Did you try to unfollow me and follow me again, Sam? GG.